Hi there! Great to see you again. Before we move on, let's quickly review the force fundas we've learned so far. Force is a push or pull acting upon an object as a result of its interaction with another object. If the resultant of all the forces acting on a body is 0, the forces are called balanced forces. But if the resultant of all the forces acting on a body is not 0, the forces are called unbalanced forces. And now let's crack those exam questions with Exam Decoded. Welcome to Exam Decoded, where we will help you test your grasp of the topic and take you through vital exam information. Not just that, we will help you identify and master those abilities you need to be able to approach this topic better in your exams. Our experts will also give you valuable tips on what to watch out for. To begin with, I will be asking you 5 questions in our rapid fire session. The answers are either multiple choice or true or false type. So let's get cracking. Here comes the first one. A lift is traveling downwards at a constant speed. The forces responsible for this movement are A. Balanced forces, B. Unbalanced forces, C. Magnetic forces, D. Electrical forces. The correct answer is A. Of course, the forces are balanced. That's why it's moving at a constant speed. Number 2. Balanced forces are applied to a stationary car. What happens to the car? It A. starts moving, B. does not move, C. starts moving with a speed of 40 kilometers per hour, D. starts moving with a speed of 60 kilometers per hour. The correct answer is B. Balanced forces cancel each other out. Number 3. When a paratrooper opens his parachute, which force is increased? A. Normal force, B. Electric force, C. Air resistance, D. Magnetic force. You got that right. The answer is obviously C. 3 gone, 2 more to go. Number 4. Friction always acts in the direction of motion. This statement is true or false? Obviously false. Friction always opposes the direction of motion of any object. And finally, the last question, number 5. Force may or may not produce any motion in a body. This statement is true or false? Well, the answer is true. So did you record your scores? If you got all of them right, you are a high flyer. If you scored 3 or more, you can rank yourself as an achiever. Well, if you scored any less than 3, then you are a learner, but don't worry. With practice, you will be a high flyer soon. And for doing this, you can always get help on our website, topperlearning.com. The concept of force forms the basis of understanding of Newton's laws of motion, which are the fundamental laws governing motion. This topic mainly emphasizes on types of forces and categorizes forces as balanced or unbalanced. Usually, examiners like to test students with very short type questions in this section, which are about 1 or 2 marks. So not only can you score 10% marks in this section, so make sure you're not only familiar with all the theory, but also its application in real life examples. Now let's take a look at the kind of questions that have appeared in the past. Here is the first one, testing your knowledge skills. This one is for 2 marks. Define A. Balanced force and B. Unbalanced force. And the ideal answer could be, if the resultant of all the forces acting upon a body is 0, the forces are called balanced forces. Writing till this point will get you 1 mark. If the resultant of all the forces acting on a body is not 0, the forces are called unbalanced forces. If you add this, you get both the marks. Time now to go to an expert and know how to approach the exams and what to be careful about.
Hello students, so you have learnt about forces. Whenever you are talking about forces, please keep in mind the difference between balanced and unbalanced forces. Force is a vector quantity, so whenever you are taking net force, try to add them up with signs in it. Since you are in class 9th, you will not be getting complicated problems where forces are in varied direction. You will get either along x-axis or minus x-axis. So please always remember to add them with proper sign, that is positive and negative.
Well, I'm sure by now you're fairly well grounded in your concepts of force and have a great idea about what to expect in the exams. But that doesn't mean you will forget to log on to our website, topperlearning.com. Time to sign off again. See you soon. But before I go, here's some food for thought. Imagine two balloons, one filled with air, the other with helium. When they are let go, why does one rise and the other fall? Is gravity working on only one of them? You think about that. Until next time. But remember, knowledge is light, so open your doors of perception.